Hey beautifuls, it's Goddess LaMeel here, and I wanted to talk to you real quick because I don't do enough of these videos. If you are new to me, I own an apothecary called Lux and Light Apothecary. I have standard products. I do spiritual and healing products. So you can get spiritual supplies, custom spiritual products, as well as healing products, elixirs, teas, things like that, herbal based. And you can get those custom. So one of my best-selling products is my K2 recovery set, and I'm doing a custom of the K2 recovery. So K2 recovery is for people who have experienced trauma, terror, loss, if you are grieving, things like that. It is ideal for getting over shock. It's great if you are, even if you're in an abusive situation. Those who have been in narcissistic relationships and are coming out and have been free of narcissistic relationships for a while, definitely love this, use this. And my products are 100% natural. Almost everything is organic when I can get it, and when I can't, it's noted. But it takes you out of, K2 recovery takes you out of the fight, flight, or freeze. Okay? It immediately relaxes your nervous system. K2 recovery is not something that people who experience trauma or loss have to take forever to feel better. That's not the nature of natural medicine. So K2 recovery is when you're in it, when you are still experiencing it, when it's still new, when it is still triggering. It immediately relaxes the nervous system. It is herbal based, and it also has flower essences in it that work on your energetic body, so that over time the energetic body shifts out of fight or flight, and your nervous system stays out of fight or flight. And then you only need it when something traumatic happens. It doesn't become a daily supplement. It's something like, you were hit by another car, right? So you get hit by a car, that's traumatic, and you may want to take some K2 recovery for that. If one of your children gets sick or they get hurt, it's trauma. You lose your job, that's trauma. Relationship ends, that is still considered a form of trauma if it was a relationship that you wanted, right? If you're in an abusive relationship, if you go to an event and something tragic happens or it stresses you out, this is what this is excellent for. When you get the bundle, you also get, and I haven't mixed this one yet, you also get the flower essence blend, because this is for when you're in it, when it's heavy. And I'll tell you, when I developed this, I was taking this probably every hour because I was in a serious state of fight, flight, or freeze. I had been diagnosed with PTSD, and I was very easily triggered. In less than 30 days, I was only taking the flower essences. And when I was talking to people like from court and things like that, because I had been in a situation where some authorities were involved, they were literally asking me, why are you so calm? Why are you able to recount the situation without becoming overly emotional? And I didn't really know initially. And then speaking to somebody who was kind of an expert in her field, and she's like, no, what happened to you should be, and as recent as it should be causing you to still be triggered. And I need to know why you're not triggered, because my clients, and she works mostly with women in abusive relationships and in narcissistic type of scenarios. She's like, my clients need this because we can't get through meetings and they end up having to pay for extra time because they're so emotional. It's the K2 recovery and the K2 flower essence. I recommend that you start with both. The instructions come with it, and then over time, all you need is the K2 recovery, and eventually you phase out of K2 recovery and into the New Reality Flower Essence. New Reality Flower Essence blend helps you to release the past. It helps you to move forward. It helps you to stay focused. It helps you to do all of the things to have hope again, right? To feel joy again. Because when you've experienced the loss, when you've experienced trauma, even when your nervous system starts to relax, getting into that place of joy and feeling okay with it is still difficult for some. So the New Reality Flower Essence blend helps you with that, helps you to sustain that. And then these are things that you have in your herbal healing cabinet for emergency situations. And they're not lifelong addictions. They're not something you need, forever. And if something happens, then you have them, at your disposal to use so that you can move through it quickly. So if you're interested, it is in, like I said, Lux and Light Apothecary. This one is a custom blend because this client specifically shared with me the type of terror and trauma that she experienced. So within both her K2 recovery and her flower essence blend, I am utilizing the essences and adjusting the herbal base, so that it's very specific to the type of trauma. So the flower essences can be very specific to what's going on with you. The herbal base that I use, which is a base of kava and ashwagandha and a few other things, how much of which the base can be adjusted so that if you are on 100 out of, a 1 to 10, or if it's just a 10, the basic blend works, and we can still adjust the flower essences so that we know if you've lost someone and you are deep in grieving, we can adjust the flower essences in your bottles so that it's really, really addressing the grief. If you have been physically abused, we can adjust the flower essences in there so that it's only about that initially, and then you would switch, because even when someone you love abuses you, there is still grief because you've lost what you thought existed, and you still have to get over the physical, the mental, the trauma, the memories, and things like that. So if you're interested, you can book a free consult with me. That's in the bio. I can answer your questions. We can customize. You can place your order right on the phone, and we can get it out. If you want to try the basics, because some things have been going on in your life, they're available in Lux and Light Apothecary. And if you go down to, I'm just checking what is Healing Remedies, go down into Healing Remedies, and the products are there.